What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everyone?
Welcome back to the Extra
Week 2,
Point
baby.
Podcast. Week 2.
Yep.
Hey, man, we're back. Listen again, guys. We just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We can't say thank you guys enough for showing love
Thank you.
on this podcast. We're still figuring out how the heck to be podcasters, man. But
Yeah.
It's a fun journey.
It is a lot of fun. And again, while we're here, we're two pastors who love Jesus
Yes.
and love sports. We're just trying to create another alternative option so we can share this passion
Yeah.
and put Christ at the center. And so remember, today we're filming this Monday, May 5th. And so I know we kind of will come out a little bit later. And so don't hold this against us being
Thursday.
late to some things.
Thursday.
But yeah, we want to recap. Obviously, the NBA playoffs are hot right now.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Let's just get straight into it.
Last night, round one officially ended.
Come on.
Right, we saw the Warriors finally close that thing out.
You called it?
Yeah, I did call it. We want to spend some time talking through that.
Yeah.
Just kind of round one. Well, first, before we even get into that.
No.
No. We should pray.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk
This is
about
a faith
something. I thought you were going to mention something else.
I will mention that because I think I
No,
remember that.
no. What are you talking about?
But let's just real quick, just pray us in.
Yeah.
Pray for our listeners in so we can invite God into this space.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you. We just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We're so grateful for you, for all you are to us. We're thankful that you're able to show up in this little room where we're recording a podcast about sports. But we're thankful that your presence can meet us wherever we are. All we do is just call upon your name. So I pray right now for the person watching this video, for the viewers that are listening to this in their car, in their workspace, wherever it may be. Father, I just pray that your presence would be with them and that you would just remind them that they're who they're supposed to be and they're where they're supposed to be. And just let your presence guide them and carry them along this week. Bless his family. Bless our hearts. Bless his podcast. In Jesus' name. Let's do it.
Amen. Now, I want to remind everybody, if you didn't listen last week, I can't remember where. I mean, we could pull up the minute mark. But your boy Justin, he on the record, he went on to say, I remember he interrupted me actually. I was trying to explain how the Lakers were most likely, they were down 3-1 last Monday at this time. And I was trying to explain they were going to lose. And Justin rudely interrupted me and said, "Who's down 3-1? Who's down 3-1? LeBron James is down 3-1?"
Listen. Lakers in 8.
But you were trying to say last week the Lakers are just going to go all the way,
Man, and I still believe it.
What do you mean? They're eliminated. What do you mean?
Do you just want to talk about it then?
Talk about what?
What was that?
I don't know. Talk about what?
You want to break down the game? Let's just break it down.
Start with that game.
Let's just break it down.
Okay, let's start with Lakers and Timberwolves.
Well, first and foremost, Luka Doncic.
He played great.
He didn't play great.
What do you mean?
He didn't play great. In the fourth quarter of every game.
Are we just talking about Game 5 or the whole series?
Let's just talk about the whole series.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, what is it? Game 5 is when they closed it out, right?
That's when they lost,
Let's just talk about what happened.
Okay.
What
was Rudy Gobert show?
That was the Rudy Gobert show. And if you remember in our last pod, I said audibly, Rudy Gobert is not a threat. Okay, we've been playing him great. He hasn't been doing anything.
And he heard you.
Famous final freaking words.
Yeah.
I mean, what did he have? 27 points, 24 rebounds?
I think it was 25 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, he had his best career playoff game
when he was just
ever.
Putback king.
And, I mean, we could talk about what happened. We could talk about J.J. Redick not playing any big men, not playing Jackson Hayes or any center at all, giving him any minutes, watching Rudy Gobert have the game of his life.
Now, I will say, though, remember, the Wolves played poor.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards was, 0 for 11, I think,
yes,
from 3.
Still chucking them up.
It was just, they weren't really, I don't think Randall played very well.
No.
Like, the Lakers were in it.
The entire game.
So you got to give that to Redick. Like, they were in the game until the very end when they played.
I mean, I don't know if I would give that to Redick because we see that they're getting destroyed by Rudy Gobert, and it's a close game.
All I'm saying, though, is it's not like they were getting blown out the whole game and he needed to change course. What I'm saying is it was a game all the way through.
Until the fourth quarter got there.
Yeah.
They got, they outscored I don't even know the final score, but they outscored the Lakers
I don't remember.
a lot. I mean,
but for the series, LeBron, your boy, he averaged 25.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 5.5 assists.
But see, that in itself.
That's great.
I mean, it is great.
For a 40-year-old man?
No, but if you watch the games, that did not look like LeBron. Like,
sure.
It didn't look like vintage LeBron. And I mean, maybe finally his age is catching up to him, where it's like he actually
still averaged 25 points.
I know, but it wasn't like
almost a double-double.
LeBron, until he's 50, he could probably average 20 points. Like that's 20 for LeBron is really not.
So you think it just wasn't as dominant as
it wasn't? I mean, he was settling for a lot of threes, right? And then we could talk about in every fourth quarter of the game, I feel like they were all just gassed,
Dude,
including
they were too
LeBron.
tired. And Luka, bro.
I mean, they're JJ playing them. I mean, the entire half,
Yeah.
right? They're playing over 40 minutes a night.
A lot, yeah.
And that's just, I feel like you're asking way too much for a 40-year-old LeBron to do that.
I agree.
On top of an overweight Luka
It doesn't
Doncic.
have depth, man. I mean, the team was thin. And yeah, but Luka, again, he averaged, where did I have it at? 30 points a game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. The average 30 is pretty serious.
Yeah, and I feel like he did majority of that through 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Because like in the fourth quarter of mostly every game,
Just was nothing. Flat.
you can tell he was gassed. He was tired. He was, I mean, a liability on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they were ISOing Luka like it was, like he was barbecue chicken. Like they were singling him out. Julius Randle literally took him to the hole every single time.
he looked great. Yeah.
I mean, it was hard to watch. It really was hard to watch, man. I mean, we could talk about Austin Reeves. He had a decent series. He didn't live up to his regular season that he had. I mean, it was like 17
Rui
points.
was fine. Hot and
Rui
cold.
was good. I feel like Rui was the only person that really showed up. Like Rui was,
Consistently.
yeah, man. And then we have Vanderbilt. I don't want to spend too much time. I just know Luka, he needs to lose 15 pounds.
He put it on.
He needs to lose 15 pounds, and he's gotta get conditioning right or something, bro.
Yeah.
And we just need to get a center. That's
Yeah.
really the Lakers offseason.
That's the big. And I was even thinking, too, man, what would this be if the Luka trade never happened and it was a healthy AD against the Wolves? I just wondered.
Yeah. No, I still think it would have
No
probably
chance.
4-0, to be honest.
Really?
I don't think we would have ended up as a 3 seed.
Yeah, no, that I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think we would
That's
have ended up
probably
as a 3 seed,
fair. Now,
especially with AD's injury. Who's to say? Yeah, whatever.
We won't talk about the Wolves yet. Again, we
Hypotheticals.
want to just kind of focus still on all the other series. So
Shout out
obviously,
Ant, though, man.
yeah, bro, he balled up.
Shout
he
out
balled
Ant.
up. And of course, we knew Thunder swept Grizzlies. That was that.
We talked about
Nuggets and Clippers. That ended up being. We both were wrong.
that.
We both said the Clippers were
In
gonna
6.
Yeah, Clippers in 6, and we both were wrong about that, man. I mean, the Nuggets. To me, I think it's a big deal because this really showed that the Nuggets still have that championship DNA pumping through their veins. And in Game 7, it wasn't even like Jokic was that dominant. I think he only had
13 or something like that. 15.
Yeah, it was in the teens. It wasn't
Yeah.
that much, but all of his guys.
But
were
all
around
of
him.
them, yeah.
Jamal Murray is coming alive again.
Oh, man.
Aaron Gordon is doing more
Yeah.
than just put back slams, but he's actually producing
Yeah.
like consistent. Russ is producing pretty
Oh,
solid.
man.
Like there's a lot of things that are starting to cook. Porter's shooting really well. There's
Christian
a lot
Braun.
of things, bro, that are starting to cook.
Yeah,
for the
if this
Nuggets.
team gets rolling,
They could win it all.
they do. They have the DNA to do it. They have the best player in the world in Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
They have Jamal Murray who's playing like,
He really is a difference maker.
he is, bro. And if he plays like he did in the, what was it? What year did they win? 21
Yeah.
or 23? Excuse me. They won 23.
Against the Heat.
They still have the DNA to beat him. And I mean, what's their name of this interim coach? I don't even know his name. But man, he's
he's
doing
got
a heck
good
of a
thing
job.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out coaching Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
Like that says something, man.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about the Clips for a second, though.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think they go from here?
I mean,
And I just want to, we got to call out the beard, bro.
let's call a spade a spade.
We got to call it out. Because for this series, James Harden averaged 19 points,
Fraud.
8 assists, 5 rebounds. Like, he had some solid, he had some 30-plus point performances. Like, he had some good ones. But when it mattered the most,
Which is
ladies and
the
gentlemen,
story of James Harden's
in
career.
Game 7, he produced 7 points.
Vintage James Harden performance in Game 7s. That's vintage James Harden.
I was talking to a friend Saturday morning at basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Manny. And remember, because the Clippers Nuggets, they played Saturday night. So
Yeah.
Saturday morning, I asked him, and he was like, well, you know what, man? Harden has yet to have a classic Harden egg. So it's probably going to happen tonight. And your boy was right.
Yeah.
Literally.
I didn't want to say that we all saw that coming, but if we just look at the track record, man, like James
That's what
Harden
happens.
he's a dominant player regular season and even in playoff games, but when it comes down to getting over the hump,
You can't do it.
no team that James Harden is on will ever happen.
Ever.
Like he's cursed.
It's a shame.
He's cursed.
Man. I know.
And he's going to go down
And
as one of those players that who's going to go down as one of those greatest players to never get it
To
done.
never win it.
And
'Cause
it
I just
sucks,
don't-
man.
I just don't see how, again, unless, I don't know what his contract situation is on the Clippers. I feel like he's probably still going to be there next year.
I think they could run that same team back.
Yeah, but they just need something still. Like, clearly it's not enough.
I mean, it was enough, man. It's James. That's what it was. Kawhi showed up game 7.
Bro, Kawhi, he did great. He had 20-something
He showed
points.
up. Zubac showed up.
Kawhi averaged 27 points for the series, 7 rebounds. Kawhi, it was so fun seeing Kawhi play.
I know, man. And I'm mad that we couldn't see him against OKC because I genuinely think that team could take OKC to game 7.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but
and Zubac played great, like you're saying.
They did, bro.
They had a lot of
Powell,
good
they showed up. It was
performances.
James. He let them down, bro.
Yeah,
he did, and it sucks. And it was like that third quarter in game 7 coming out of the half.
bro.
Oh my gosh, they weren't missing.
It was close going into the half. The Nuggets went on like a 10-point run. No. The Nuggets took it in the last like minute or something. Before halftime.
But it was still a single.
It was
digits.
like 8 or 10 or something. Yeah, but then coming out of the half,
oh my gosh,
wasn't it like
a 24 to
something
4
crazy,
run.
bro?
It was insane.
I mean, the Clippers looked like they didn't want to play basketball.
Yeah, bro. They looked lazy. They were missing, bro. And Jokic was just dishing it to everybody. It was actually insane to see.
I mean, I don't think any of us saw that kind of a blowout coming.
Which I don't understand why, but they have the best player in the world.
I just think, but I just feel like they just weren't as dominant this year.
They weren't.
The
of course
Nuggets.
not. Yeah.
And so I think, and then with the coach thing, I think it was just easy to be like, no, they lost it.
It is.
They're off.
It is easy to say that.
You know, maybe even the Clippers were feeling some of that. I don't know. But that, so who, I'm not sure what the Clippers do moving here. I mean, Kawhi, is he on the move? I think he's been non-committal.
I think Kawhi's staying there.
Yeah.
He's at the end of his career. I don't see him making another move. He likes LA. That's home for him.
Yeah.
Same for James. I think they run it back with that same core and just hopefully they can have a healthy regular season. And James just has to step it up, bro. But he probably won't.
Yeah. I will staying in the West. Then, like we said last night, we saw the Warriors close out the Rockets, which turned out to be a great series.
Oh, that was, I think, other than Clippers Nuggets, that was my favorite series.
Like going to 7 again, they were up 3-1. I mean, I was in the camp. I thought Rockets might win one, another one, but I did not think that was going to go all the way to 7. And now again, so last week you did catch me on the record saying the Warriors are my sleeper team.
Yes.
That was before the injuries, though. That was before Steph hurt his thumb. It was after Jimmy. He has like a bruised butt or something. I think it's his left butt, right? Isn't it, Yanko? Yeah, it's his butt. Literally, they're saying it's his pelvis, but it's his butt. But so again, that changes things a little bit, you know. And I was watching the Warriors. I think games 5 and 6, they looked bad. Yeah. Like game 5 I think that's when they got pounced, wasn't it? Like big time. And that's a different thing. But and even game 6, bro, they just didn't. There's no fluidity. They just looked off.
Yeah. They came into game 6. I think they were way too comfortable. And Houston just took advantage
and they were in goal. It was in
Golden State. They probably were like they were too nonchalant.
That's when Draymond got a tech in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff that just didn't look good. Steph's thumb, it's bothering him. That's when Buddy Hield dropped a literal egg. It just was. Yeah. But game 7,
they pulled it together, man.
They came out
like they usually do.
Buddy had what, 34?
Oh, I mean, that was the third or the fourth where he just was on a run.
With the whole game, but the whole game he was cooking.
I mean that
because going into the half, Steph barely scored anything. I think he had 5 points, maybe.
Yeah,
like
it was a Buddy Hield show.
But then Steph came alive in the second half.
Yeah, but it was a Buddy Hield show.
Buddy took over. Draymond had a solid outing. He had like 15 points or something. Solid outing.
It's their defense. That is I think their most underrated part of that team. They held them to 78 points.
It was low.
Like that's impressive. Yeah. I mean, they have the athletes on that team. Obviously, Draymond's still playing at an all NBA defensive team.
Yeah, I know. And again, I still like the Warriors. And again, if Steph can get healthy, if the players can stay hot, I do still like them. I honestly would like them. I just don't know how them against Timberwolves. I just don't know how that's going to go.
I mean, we just saw Rudy dominate. The Warriors are smaller than the Lakers.
Yeah. But they have Looney, who's more capable.
6'9".
I'm just saying, he's a more capable big man, and
he's
more of a presence.
Yeah,
he gets more and stuff like that.
We'll see.
So we'll see. But again, with the Rockets, I think again they got. If I was a Rockets fan, I would not be disappointed.
No.
Well, okay. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I would be disappointed.
I wouldn't.
Obviously, losing in Game 7, and I'll be disappointed in Jalen Green.
I mean, yeah.
Because
which is usual.
Again, you can't put up 30 plus, and then again, I think he put up again like another 8 or.
No, he only had one. What was it, Game 2 where he showed up? I feel like every other game other than that, it was just mid.
This wasn't
and
very
he has
good.
all of the tools.
He averaged 13 points for the series, so
that's terrible.
Wasn't very good.
Terrible efficiency too.
Amen Thompson averaged 16.
He's the man.
He did better than across the board.
I mean, he's the man. Like, I if I was starting an NBA franchise today,
I would take both. Asor and Amon.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I think Amen's better for
I do
sure.
too.
They're both terrible shooters,
Bro, but they're both
his
elite
defense,
athletes.
Oh, bro, I saw him
And
like
defense.
cookie Steph like 4 times.
Yeah.
I can't remember which game it was.
Yeah,
he
they're both like that.
is a dog, bro.
Yeah, and
their whole
great
team is
with
full
hoops.
of that, bro.
Yeah, but so I think the Rockets, they have such a good core. Mm-hmm. I think you got to keep Van Vliet. Like, there's no need to get rid of him. I would say goodbye to Dylan Brooks.
Ooh, see, I disagree.
I just don't think I don't think you need him.
I think he provides leadership to that team.
I would argue. I think, but because my thing, if I was the Rockets, to me, they're a team that they if they get a KD
Yes.
in the mix,
Yes.
I mean,
They're going to the finals.
correct.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I mean, I guess you can keep Dylan Brooks.
I would keep Dylan. I think prior to when Dylan got there, that entire culture shifted. Like,
you know, he is one of those guys.
he's one of those dudes. Obviously, everybody says it. You hate to go against him. You want him on your team.
Yeah, it's true.
And you see it in the games, bro. Like, I watched him a couple times. Like, Asor went up for a dunk and somebody fouled him, and he like pulled Amen to the side.
Yeah,
like he's a leader. As much as we hate to admit
offensive
it,
liability sometimes.
but he's also like he's a shooter.
He can put up.
Yeah, I think he's
but
great.
Anyway, but I don't know how they'd get KD. I don't know what they'd have to give up.
Oh, I mean, it would probably have to involve
cost to
Sengun.
Jalen Green.
I'd probably
See, but they can't give up Sengun. They need that.
No, I think they can. Okay, I wouldn't do it for KD, but I don't know if this is a topic for another episode. We could talk about maybe later on the Bucks.
Yeah.
I know we're getting to that. The Bucks offseason move.
For Giannis.
For Giannis, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Sengun.
Oh, but it definitely costs a lot more than Sengun.
Yeah.
But if you get Giannis on that team, and I know that's going to be a hot topic in the offseason.
See, I like the fit of KD better.
How?
Keeping Sengun and keeping I would be willing. I would get rid of Jalen Green.
But
some assets.
But it's
Plant
only
KD
for
there.
like maybe a 1 or 2 year rental max, and then it's
bro.
done.
But you gotta. I'm just thinking Houston. Just all that they've been through, being so close during the Harden, Chris Paul era. Now they're back. They're getting losing to the Warriors in 7.
Yeah.
I just like they want to win.
They do, but also I think, and I know we're spending a lot of time on this topic. I think a lot of people pick the Warriors coming into the season, and we talked about it last episode. The whole seeding thing, better teams.
I know.
Like they're a young team.
They are
with the head coach. I think last year they weren't in the playoffs. Like they're on a trajectory right now where they're on a rise.
Yeah.
So like I think another offseason, if they can, run this team back, maybe bring in a few pieces, the development of Reed Shepherd, like. I think they have the tools to be a problem, even if they don't make a move.
Yeah, I just think if they do make a move, it could really boost.
So you're really saying you'd rather have KD than Giannis?
For the Rockets.
That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I really don't think that's that crazy.
KD's 30, 7?
I'm just saying for right now. I'm not trying to say for like long term.
I don't even think it's a hot take. Giannis is better than KD right now.
I mean, yeah.
So
I'm just saying I think KD on that team. That's not crazy for me to say, is it, Young?
no, it's not crazy. It's crazy to say you'd rather have KD than Giannis, though, for sure.
A lot of that too is I'm thinking what it would cost, the price,
yeah,
all that
I'm
stuff.
taking that into account.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
I'm just saying if it was a fair apple to apple, yeah, I mean you take Giannis.
No, even with
but I'm just saying with everything that it would cost,
I
what
still
it would
think
do.
Giannis
like
is,
if I'm Houston, I wouldn't want to give up Sengun.
You're crazy. For Giannis, Sengun, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, and like some first round picks. I think Milwaukee can't turn that down.
That's really
and then you have maybe Van Vliet still. You have an Amen Thompson. You have an Amen Thompson. You have a Giannis. You have a Reed Shepherd, and you still have.
That's all you're left with.
What do you mean? That's all you have? Giannis Antetokounmpo, Amen Thompson, and you still have Reed Shepherd, who's a 3rd overall pick last year.
Yeah.
Who is a raw prospect, but he is a bucket. Dylan Brooks. You still have Tari Eason.
I just feel
that team is dangerous.
I just feel like you're giving up though so much of the young core.
That's yeah.
And that to me, that again,
I think Giannis's production outmatches.
I hear you, but and again, Giannis had a killer year. Again, he was going to be third in MVP rate,
which is like the 10th straight year.
Yeah, and again, I'm not this big KD lover. I'm not trying to act like
you are.
What have I ever talked about KD? I'm just saying he had a good year. And as far as recent years goes, he had a solid offensive year. He can still provide a really strong offensive spark if he goes to a team.
He can.
And Giannis, obviously, he can too.
Yeah.
And so I'm not trying to act like KD would be the better move than Giannis. I'm just saying I think when you consider all that it would cost, if I'm Houston, I just don't know if I'd want to gamble that much of the young core.
I would.
That's all I'm saying.
And you know what you're getting. It's not like you're taking a chance. You're getting Giannis Antetokounmpo,
Oh, it's true.
arguably the best player in the
No,
world.
I understand. And again, he has a
Rockets.
championship. I mean, y'all tell us.
Make the move.
Is Giannis worth gambling that much of your young talent?
He is.
That's kind of the question.
I'll do it on 2K tonight, and I'll send you the proof.
And I bet you, like, again, if I'm Milwaukee, I'd want him in Thompson.
Yeah, they can't. He's untouchable.
I'm just telling you, like.
No, I don't think they don't have any leeway in this.
They're giving away Giannis.
But Giannis essentially is like, if he asks for a trade, he's the one that's going to be able to control where he goes.
Yeah.
Well,
let's shift over to the East then. Okay, so that's the West stuff. So then East, of course, Bucks lost to the Pacers.
Yeah,
4-1. I also said, again, we'll get into that, but I predicted the Pacers to go all the way to Eastern Conference Finals.
You did,
and
that's looking good.
They did beat the Cavs last night.
Yes, they did,
pretty handsomely. Actually.
Oh yeah,
it was like a 10-point win.
Yeah.
Shout out to Naismith and that 3-point shooting.
Man.
Yeah, they look really good.
I mean,
but let's talk on the Bucks first. Just to recap,
go for it.
Where do they go from here? And I think we're both on the same page. They're going to blow the team up. Like
blow it up.
I don't see any way they can't
blow it up. If they don't blow it up, you have to. I mean, yeah, you have to get rid of everybody, and you can't. Which sucks. It sucks that Damian Lillard tore his Achilles, right?
Yeah.
Sucks that he tore his Achilles.
He's not going to play again next year.
And you can't get anything for him right now. So it's like you're stuck.
Yeah.
You'll have no Dame, and I'm sure they'll get some sort of cap leisure when it comes since he's hurt. They'll probably be able to get like a mid-level exception in the offseason where they can bring in like I don't know, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But like I don't think any move they make is going to be enough to get them over that hump.
No, they just got to send it out.
They had the pieces with Drew and Middleton, and they blew it away. And now they're seeing what happens, bro.
Yeah.
And they got rid of Budenholzer. At this point, I just think
What are all the places that people are saying Giannis might go?
I think Houston is, up there.
No, but there's a handful of other ones. What else have you've heard? Of course, like people are saying he'll go to the Knicks, but what else have you heard?
Yeah, I've heard Houston. I've heard San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah. Because, I'm looking at teams right now that have draft capital.
Yeah.
Right? Only a few teams have draft capital. Obviously, the Thunder have a lot of draft capital. I don't think they make the move. San Antonio has a lot of draft capital. Houston has a lot of pieces that they can give up.
Yeah. Now, what about the Lakers if Bron is gone?
Yeah, I think the only way we'd be able to get Giannis is by signing him in free agency. We don't have the pieces we can't.
Yeah.
So, but I know I don't want to take too much time, but question, if the Mavericks had made Luka available during the regular season, had made it available to every team in the offseason, do you think the Bucks would have done a Luka for Giannis swap? If the Bucks knew that Luka was available, and if they knew that Giannis essentially
wanted out,
yeah.
If they knew he wanted out, but was that super clear mid-season?
No, it wasn't.
Dame was healthy. That's what I'm saying.
Like, no, it wasn't clear.
You're saying if they knew. I mean, yeah, if you knew Giannis was out, of course. Why would you not do that?
Yeah. So I still struggle with that whole Maverick situation with trading Luka. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not complaining about it, but
I saw in a press conference, Nico, the general manager, literally said that he didn't realize Luka was so important.
Yeah, that's just idiotic.
Doesn't make
at
any
its
sense.
core.
Doesn't make any sense. But for the Bucks, that's that.
Yeah.
But
blow
again,
it up.
But listen, to all my Knicks fan, like Giannis why not come to New York?
I don't think you don't need Giannis,
why not come to MSG, bro?
What your guys' problem is?
Cat is our problem.
No,
I love Cat. Get rid of Cat.
Solution.
Get Giannis. No.
He's your solution.
I think that's what.
Why are you shaking your head? He's your solution.
No, Yonkers would.
No, your guys' problem is you have no bench.
Okay, we'll get into the Knicks. Don't worry about that. We have a great bench. We love you, Cameron Payne. So yeah, that's Bucks Pacers. Obviously, Heat and Cavs. I mean, if you want to talk about the Heat that much, it's just. Didn't you say KD go there, or didn't someone just say Giannis goes to the Heat?
I hope not. I never
heard that somewhere.
No, that Heat culture is dying. After Jimmy Butler left that team, I think that ended it. The Heat culture.
Hey, well,
Pat Riley.
Bam, come to New York.
Pat Riley, you got to bounce, bro.
We'll gladly accept you, New York. Bam.
He's overrated too.
I'll still gladly accept Bam.
No, you need a bench.
Bam. And then Celtics.
On your bench.
No, he's too good
50
for that.
mil on your bench. That's crazy.
And then Celtics and Magic. I know you did your take last week about Trae going
Trae Young to the Magic, baby.
Yeah. Which
make it happen.
I think it makes a lot of sense. And now we'll close out with Knicks and Pistons recap.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. What are you doing?
Just got to make sure you put this up, man, for everybody to see.
Can you even see that? Can you zoom in on that?
Oh, yeah, baby.
That low quality 720 pixel.
Everyone throw them up. Come on.
I have to. I have to.
Come on. It's for New York.
Talk about it, man. What that
Bang! This is electric, bro.
It is electric.
I mean, this was, of course I'm biased, but I'm allowed to have my moment. This was such an exciting closeout game.
It was.
Such an exciting closeout game. Now, game 5, last Tuesday night, again, the Knicks were in it. We could have took that one. Man, we folded. We had some bad turnovers. It was like, man, I had a feeling. But going into it, I kind of like, there was a lot of reminiscent to the Sixers series last year, right? Where the Sixers, they were a tough, and then we were the 2, they were the 7 last year. And they were a tough 7th seed. Joel had some of his knee issues, but Tobias Harris was there too. They just had some of that, like with Lowry, they just had a lot of dog in them. They played scrappy last year, a lot like the Pistons this year. And we refused to win it in 5, but we took it home at 6 in Philly. And so I don't know, I just, for some reason, the Knicks play really well on the road in the playoffs. Brunson feeds off of, every time he got the ball, crowd was covered in booze. And it's like he feeds off that, bro.
Yeah, he loves it.
He started off this game scoring at will. It was just all of his mid-ranges. He was putting the moves on. He was finishing. He was looking incredible.
Yeah.
And then, the Knicks played great, bro.
They did.
They closed. But
You're talking about game 5 or game 6?
Game 6.
Okay.
Yeah, game 6. They played incredible. And, of course, this game, Sore Thompson, wherever you are out there, bro, you are an incredible defender. I hate. What do you mean don't do that?
Oh, I thought you were about to rag on him.
No, I'm not going to roast him. I'm saying, what, look at that camera? Oh, yeah, you're an incredible defender, man. And I hated you guarding Brunson. But let this live in your memory, okay?
It will.
And let it motivate you.
Hey, I have, like, that is one of the best game winners I've ever seen.
Bro, he sent him on skates.
But it's the separation that he got.
That's what I'm saying. He sent him
Bro,
on skates.
he sent him like 10 feet in front of him. Yes. And then pulling up for the 3. I literally, bro,
I lost my breath.
If I was a Knicks fan, I would have.
I lost my breath. Ran outside. I said, Brunson, don't shoot the 3. Just take the easy mid-range.
Oh, that was as easy as it gets.
But he took the 3.
That was as easy as it gets.
I lost it, bro. I had to contain my volume because my kids were sleeping. But
my question is, he was hot all game. How much did he end up with?
40.
Knowing that he was hot all game, and there wasn't really, like, the rest of the team played good, but that game's on the line. He's taking the ball up. That he's taking the shot as a Piston, in the Pistons.
And this was, shot clock was gone.
You knew that Jalen Brunson was taking that shot. Why aren't you sending the double?
I don't know.
Why are you not sending the double? Like, let an OG or Mikal beat you. Yeah. I would live with that.
I agree with you.
Like, you knew Jalen's going to get to his spot regardless. You got to double that, man, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but but let's just talk about before we move on. Like the Pistons overall, though, I was thoroughly impressed by their performance.
Yeah,
they put up a fight.
They did.
And
Cade, I love you, bro.
Yeah, we know you.
I love you. You're the face of the league. Give him 3 years. You are better than SGA, and that is not a hot take.
We got to record this and just come back to this in a couple of years.
We come back to it next. We come back to it next year.
Yeah. But Detroit played great. They got,
did.
Again, Asor. They got and Duren. I was really impressed with Duren.
Jalen Duren's
like that dude's a dog,
bro.
Yeah, he's
Tobias showed up. Malik
solid.
showed up.
Yeah, Malik.
Showed up. I don't know about showed up.
He's what kept him in the game.
Yeah, but he's also what cost him the game.
He couldn't hold on to the ball. You heard he said afterwards too.
Yeah,
he said he's the best shooter in the world.
I love the confidence. He said Asor is the best defender in the world.
I love his confidence.
Yeah, but you ain't even top 5, my boy.
No,
you ain't even top 10.
But he did that game. He played well.
Oh, he did. That, and I know
kept them alive.
You got to catch that ball. It's not as bad as.
It was the perfect play.
It's not as bad as who was the other one that dropped the ball, famously. It was the playoff game, huh?
When?
No, in this playoff series.
That was bad. J.R. Smith, yeah, famously.
I can't remember. There was another happened again in another playoff series where somebody dropped the ball on a pass. No, regardless, that was a catchable ball.
It was, and he would have made it.
Yeah,
that game would have went to OT.
Butt naked, wide open.
Because Malik Beasley was hot this whole game.
Yeah,
he would have hit it. It would have went to OT, and I think the Knicks would have lost because we were going down.
If you would have won that, you would not. You wouldn't have heard the end of it. Cade Cunningham's the best player in the world.
Yeah, I'm so glad that.
You're lucky, boy.
Brunson,
all right,
you're the best player in the world right now, baby. And so let's talk about these next matchups. Then we can stick with the Knicks and Celtics for right now.
Oh,
this is our first time playing in the playoffs since 2012. 2012-13.
This is your first time playing?
Playing
Playing
the
them in the
Celtics.
playoffs.
That's when Melo beat them.
Oh, did
The
he?
Knicks beat them, yeah.
Oh,
we
shoot.
lost to the Pacers in the second round, but that was the last time we played them.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy, man.
yeah.
Because when I think of I don't know, I feel like that should be much more of a historic rivalry.
And we've
the
played a
Knicks and the
lot
Celtics.
through history. I'm
But,
just
like,
saying it's
recently,
been 12, 13
Yeah.
years. But you got to think the Knicks haven't made the playoffs a lot until recently.
I mean that's true. That just feels like a Eastern Conference Finals matchup.
It is.
Knicks,
it's
Celtics,
classic.
bro.
It's
That's
classic.
the amount of like just
Yeah.
aura in that series.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot we're excited about. And so I want to ask you,
That's quench.
you know, like, one, what do you think is more likely? Going to 7 or the Knicks getting swept?
Going to 7.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Because remember, this is the thing that, I mean, all Knicks fans were aware of this. We were, 0-12
Yeah.
against the top teams in the league.
Very true.
Thunder, Cavs, Celtics. Who else was in that? Was it just them?
I don't know.
I think even the Warriors were included in that. I don't think we beat them this year. But anyway, we just could not. And against the Celtics, we lost by double-digit points, except for the last game we played them in the season.
Yeah.
And I will argue, and you know, of
Should have won
course,
that
like
game.
classic Knicks fan. But what I'm saying is that was our first time we were actually, I think, all healthy.
Yeah.
And I don't count the first game of the season because one, the Celtics shot lights out. They set a record for threes. That's not going to happen again. That was dumb. And that was the Knicks' first time with the new cat rotation.
Yeah.
So I give a lot of I
Yeah.
don't really think that counts.
Uh-huh.
And so this last game, our whole core was there, and that one went to OT, and that one was a tight game.
Yeah. I mean, you said you don't think the Celtics can do that. I mean, I don't know if we can pull that up, but the Celtics, they were historically the best three-point shooting team ever this season, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
Man,
they
it
shot
was
an
up there.
absurd, like 45%.
Oh, they were. They live on that.
On like
and that's
an
why you're
insane amount of
never
threes.
safe against the Celtics.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, to say that they wouldn't do that again, I don't know if that's
All I'm saying is what they did the first game of the year.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
fair.
That was ridiculous.
That's fair,
I'm just saying
but-
they're not going to repeat that.
No,
And
no, I don't
hope-
think so.
I pray they don't repeat that.
I don't think so. I mean, I hope not. But I do think the Knicks are, and I know you could probably pull that up, they are very bad at defending the three.
Yeah.
Like, teams can just shoot against them at will.
do.
And if you're talking about the Celtics right now, like, they're going to
what
get
they live
hot.
on.
They're going to get hot.
Bro, and the thing about the Knicks too is we're actually a pretty good 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, you're decent.
But we don't shoot a lot of threes.
No, you don't.
Which
I think you guys are at like 35%.
like Coach Thibodeau, let's get something going here.
No, I mean, if you want to
Like,
talk
draw
about
some
that, like
stuff up.
that's a good point. That their offense, in order for them to beat the Celtics,
We
they
have
can't
to.
do the hero ball with Jalen Brunson.
You don't think so?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You
Well,
have to get the
talk
other
about
guys
this, 'cause
involved.
What I think, again, and when we played our best, like Karl Anthony Towns, the big bodega, wherever you are right now, listen, man, like this is your series. Cat, all New York, all North Jersey is looking at you. This is your series. The only way we can beat the Celtics is if you wake up and you bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my talk to you. Okay, OG, you've already been showing up. You're going to keep showing up. You're going to lock down Tatum the same way you play great defense on Cade. You're going to do it to Tatum. And listen, Tatum, he's a freak. He's still going to get some great points on you, even though you have great defense. You're good. Keep rolling with it. Get your blocks, get your rips, make your clutch three-pointers. Mikal Bridges, whatever you did game 6, do that again. I don't know. Finally, you showed up. We need more of that. Keep coming, Mikal Bridges. Keep doing exactly what you did in game 6. Josh Hart, you're a dog, bro. Keep getting the offensive boards. Keep creating plays. I mean, this guy, he's a problem somehow. I love him. He's my role model. I love me some Josh Hart. Oh, he's a
You need to get a
dog,
jersey
dude.
then.
I got a Josh Hart jersey. I'll wear it next time. And Brunson, you just take on all the double teams. You do your thing.
Yeah.
You be clutch. But Cat, I'm just telling, if Cat does
How did
not,
he do that final game? I feel like he had a really good game.
No.
the last time you guys played.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so close.
Yeah.
Because before that,
No,
Cat played awful.
And he wasn't shooting threes.
every game against the Celtics. But this
Not that
last game,
yeah.
he played phenomenal. I think he had 30-something points.
Yeah.
He was hitting, man.
Yeah.
And he was doing it against Porzingis. He was getting the mismatches, having Jaylen Brown on him, and he was hitting his turnarounds, hitting his it was just great
Yeah.
finishes. And that's what we need to beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
And
So
the core has to be there. Brunson is going to be Brunson. I'm not worried about that. Brunson's going to show up.
I mean, my fear is that he, like, that hero ball, you can do that against Detroit. He can win them that series. Against Boston, he can't. He won't be able to win them.
I agree with you.
So,
I agree with you.
I mean,
it's going to be a different
So how
philosophy.
do they do that? Is it just spreading the ball more often? The ball, is it just getting guys more shots?
Mm-hmm. It's spreading the ball. I think it's Brunson still being ball dominant, but really being more facilitator.
Yeah.
Than trying to take the one-on-one matchup.
Yeah,
I think that's really what it is.
That is their offense.
But also as the other guys start going, Brunson does he has to own the one-on-one matchups.
Of course.
And he takes it.
But it's going to be harder this time. I mean, you got Drew Holiday.
And I imagine
the best defensive backcourt in the NBA.
Well, yeah, I don't know who between Derek Holiday White and Derek White, they're both great defenders. No, really. And Derek White's big, man.
Yeah, he's a big it's going to be a tough series.
It will be. But I believe tough. But really if OG and Mikal keep their level high,
yeah.
And if Cat brings it, cuz bro, game 6, Cat was bad.
Yeah.
He had I think 9-10 points and he fouled out.
Yeah.
He did not show up. We won this because Brunson's Brunson.
You did.
And then our role again, OG, McKellen, and Hart had great games.
Shout out.
Yeah.
But I love you. I love the Knicks. I do think the Celtics win that.
No, I do.
Convincingly.
I do. And I'm not trying to be delusional in my heart. Of course, Knicks win it in 7. But I think
you might be more delusional than me.
If
the Lakers.
No way, bro. I'm not. They're eliminated, and you're saying they're still going to win it somehow. That's delusional as it gets.
Lakers in 8.
But I'm just saying, truly, and I mean this, if we can take it to 6 and it's competitive,
yeah,
I will really be excited as a Knicks fan.
That'd be awesome.
Because because the Celtics are no joke, man.
Yeah, but okay, if they don't win, it's off season.
Yeah, we'll talk about that if that happens. But I really,
if that happens,
yeah, we'll talk about that. I got a lot of thoughts about what I think. Again, I love Cat, but I just because that's the thing too against the Celtics, especially because how athletic they are. They just
Julius Randle would match up perfectly.
They would, but we're not gonna go there. But bro, they eat up on Cat. They know the defensive liability.
Yeah,
I'm saying Boston.
The pick and pop with that team, bro. They will just.
Cat can't.
He can't defend it.
He can't defend it, man.
Too slow.
He's too slow. He's too flat-footed.
Porzingis. I remember that last game. Porzingis showed out in the regular season.
So many threes. Yeah, he did.
He had 30-something points.
And he's going to turn it on because New York betrayed him.
Yes. Oh, I always forget it. This is homecoming.
Bro, we
Porzingis.
drafted Porzingis. And everyone was like, "Poor who? Who's this guy? Who's this unicorn?"
Stephen A.
Yeah,
fraud.
No.
It's gonna be an exciting series. I'm excited to see it. I think
for game 1 tonight.
It's tonight.
Yeah, game 1.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, and then the Thunder Nuggets.
That's game 1 tonight too.
Series that I'm most excited about.
Okay, so you're most excited for Celtics Knicks, and then Nuggets Thunder.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about Nuggets Thunder then.
I mean, this is a legendary matchup. This decides the MVP. Right?
Yeah.
It has to.
And I'm really okay. So let's give our picks. So you're saying Celtics win.
Yes.
I gotta say Knicks win. Knicks win in 7. I have to say it. But Knicks win in 7. But the realist in me, I would say Celtics win. Honestly, I
would say 5.
Celtics win in 5. That's if I be as objective as possible, that's what I would say. Mm-hmm. But my heart says Knicks win. Okay. So now Nuggets and Thunder. I actually, bro, a week ago I would have said Thunder, but today I'm saying the Nuggets win that series.
Catch and pace at the perfect time.
I do think it's going to go to 7.
Yeah. If it goes to 7, then the Nuggets definitely win. I think tonight is game 1. You said right tonight. I think. I mean, the Thunder have been off for how long now? Over a week.
They've been hanging out,
chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, could be another Indiana Cleveland case where the Nuggets are coming off of a
the Nuggets are coming hot,
series. But they can steal this game.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah. I mean, the Thunder could easily win the night still. Because again, they're gonna be. I guess it just depends on that. If they come in rusted and sluggish,
I think they are gonna come in rusted.
Yeah, or if the Nuggets come in blazing.
And then we talked about this last series. Their biggest challenge is coming up against a team that is seasoned, has veterans, who's been in the playoffs, who's made runs. They didn't face that with the Grizzlies.
They didn't.
They placed a bunch of babies, right?
Yeah,
now, the Nuggets are an actual team
100%.
With the best player in the NBA and pieces around him that are finally catching stride.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
and that's what's key.
Yeah.
Like we said, them catching
the role
stride.
players. It's the role players.
With Porter and Gordon and Jamal Murray, all these guys, LeBron, if they're going, they're gonna be a really tough team to beat.
Yeah, man. And obviously the Thunder, SGA is gonna do his thing.
He's gonna do his thing
regardless. It goes the same thing that we talk about with the Nuggets. It's gonna go back to the Jalen Williams. Mm-hmm. It's gonna go back to the Chet Holmgreens, right? These are the guys that need to show up.
Hartenstein, we still love you.
Hartenstein, these are the guys that need to show up.
Yeah.
They have to have good games.
Yeah.
And I think Jokic against Holmgren is going to be cinema.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
I think Jokic will win it every time.
I mean, yeah, but Holmgren's he's a problem,
he's good,
bro.
No, he's good.
He's a problem.
He's
bro.
athletic. He's good. All right, what about? Let's go to Cavs Pacers. Again, you call me crazy, but I think the Pacers win this one.
Did I call you crazy?
Yeah.
You sure?
You're like, no way, bro. Cavs are. You're trying to tell me the Cavs.
I still think the Cavs win the series.
I think Pacers got it.
No. I still think the Cavs win it. I think they just caught them slipping. They had a lot of rest.
Cavs will win game 2 for sure. I'm confident in that. It'll go to Indiana. Cavs might even win game 3.
I think the Cavs still win.
But then the Pacers, bro, they're gonna.
No.
From that,
I think the Cavs still win in Indiana. They win tonight. They still win in Indiana. They get back to Cleveland.
No, I think
They win
Pacers.
out.
I think Pacers win it in 6, 4-2.
You want to bet? Actually, no. We're a Christian podcast.
That was a test. See, we don't put our Lord God to the test. Come on, we're not casting lots. Well,
No, I think they have it, bro. And I saw a tweet earlier today where somebody compared this Cleveland team to like the 2012 Hawks with like Jeff T, Millsap, when they were just like regular season monsters every
Just
year.
couldn't do
But when it gets to the
anything.
playoffs, they just
I think it's similar. I really do. I just and again, I don't like the Pacers.
I hate them.
I do, bro. Again, you saw what happened. I just don't like them. But
Hate 'em.
They're a good squad. Like they're a good.
They are. They're a
team.
good young squad. They have
They have
pace. They
great
play with such
chemistry,
energy.
Great pace, great 3-point shooting, great
I
defense.
just hate Tyrese Halliburton. I hate him.
What about his dad?
Yeah, I mean, we don't even. So part of that actually makes me want to root for them. The fact that they're banning this man's dad from the games is insane to me.
But I do think I actually think it's going to be the least. No, I'm not going to say that.
Whoa, what?
Nothing.
Yeah,
but I think
yeah,
the Pacers will win.
Convincingly? And what?
I think the Pacers will win the series.
Okay. You
think
don't want to
they'll
give it a number? In how
I told
many?
you in 6.
In 6?
4-2. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think the Cavs still pull it out. I think Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are gonna have like really, really big games. Really, really big games.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think Miles Turner's gonna be able to match up with
We'll
them. No, but that's a fun series, man. I
It'll
didn't
be
think
good.
that'd be a fun series.
All these series I think are great, and then
Yeah.
of course we got the Wolves and Warriors.
Ooh,
6 and 7 seed.
Come on,
Interesting
seeding
matchup.
does not matter.
6 and 7 seed.
Seeding does not
So
matter.
again, I'm leaning on if the Warriors are able to get healthy quick. I do
that's a
think
big
again
if.
I don't love the matchups, but if the Warriors if their defense can clamp down and their shooting's on, of course they can beat anybody,
Yeah.
right? And so that's what they're gonna have to live and die
Yeah,
on.
no, Buddy
this
Hield.
this will definitely, if it's competitive, it'll go to 7. I do think if you were to ask me what series is the most likely to have a sweep, I would say this one, with the Wolves sweeping the Warriors. I think out of all the series, that's the most likely. Second, I would honestly say the Celtics sweeping the Knicks. That'd be second. But the first most likely would be Wolves sweeping the Warriors. But if it doesn't go that and it's actually competitive,
Yeah.
and again, that all to me hinges on Steph's thumb, Jimmy's butt, and the role players. And if they're all there, I think this can easily go to 7 and be competitive.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm sorry, Golden State. Y'all will probably end up getting swept.
No.
Anthony Edwards is going to turn it on.
Oof, bro, can we talk about that for a second, though? Anthony Edwards, he's becoming like, what is it? What's that meme? I can't remember. The guy who walks around with like the big knife. He comes and collects like your, what am I trying to say here? The Grim Reaper. Yeah, that was a weird way to get there.
No, they're calling him the Legend Slayer, right?
Yeah, I mean, last year he got rid of KD in the semifinals.
Yeah. Now he's coming.
This year he got rid of Braun.
He's coming for you, Steph.
He's coming for Steph.
And Jimmy.
And Jimmy.
And playoff Jimmy. So who's going to, will Jimmy guard Ant?
And he got rid of Jokic, I think last year too.
Yeah. Remember, they were down. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
Game
so
7.
like this dude,
So who's going to guard Anthony?
who's going to guard Anthony?
Well, Jimmy?
I would assume so. Yeah, it has to be Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, has to be Jimmy. And I don't think Jimmy wins that matchup.
No, but then who guards Randall?
Who guards Randall? Draymond.
So you think the Warriors won't play small ball? They're starting Looney?
Randall is,
4.
yeah. So I think not. Yeah, I think Looney starts. Yeah, they probably do start
have to.
Looney. It's the matchup because Rudy,
Yeah.
you just put a body on him and he don't do nothing.
That's true. Jimmy on him, yeah.
A big man body, a center.
Yeah. Yeah, and he can't.
Yeah, he ain't
Yeah.
doing nothing with an actual center on him.
Yeah.
But if you play
That's true.
freaking
But I mean, but Jimmy on Ant, that'll be good.
6'8" power forward,
Like, that'll be a
JJ
good
Redick,
matchup.
he
Okay,
feast.
enough of that. But I think Jimmy and Ant will be a great matchup
Yeah.
to watch throughout the whole series.
No,
Again,
I
if his
think
butt's
Ant
good.
exposes this man.
I mean, Jimmy's good, dude.
Nah, I think Ant exposes this man.
He'll have some yams. There's no
No,
question
he's gonna have
about
a lot of games.
it. Yeah.
A lot of games.
Yeah.
Ant and Cade, that's the future of the NBA. a Western and Eastern Conference. Oh, bro, if we get a Pistons versus Timberwolves matchup in the finals.
Who is this guy? No one wants to watch this guy's show. Come on. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, bro, you're a freaking Debbie
That's not
Downer.
what we're here for. So,
Scott
okay, so
doesn't
what do you
wanna
predict? I
acknowledge
said what I think. I think if the Warriors aren't healthy, they're going to get swept.
Yeah.
Competitive, I think it goes to 7. And then I'm going to say the Warriors win it out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the Timberwolves, I think they finish them quick. I think
Regardless of
they're
health,
5.
you just think
Yeah,
they're
regardless
that
of health.
dominant.
I just think right now the way the Timberwolves are, they're grinding right now. They're catching stride. Julius Randle and Ant are playing like one of the best twos in the playoffs right now. Remaining teams,
Yeah.
like the best 2-man show in the playoffs. Yeah, and I think the role players are playing. Dante's catching stride right now.
Yeah.
I think they have. I mean, obviously they have way more pieces that are more
Oh, they
consistent.
do,
I feel
man.
like Buddy Hield. You don't know what you're going to get out of
I know.
Buddy Hield, right? You rely so much on Steph and Jimmy, and I don't think, especially with their health right now,
That's
I think
fair.
you have to take that into account.
That's
You
fair.
can't rely on that.
That's fair. All right, so it'll be interesting. Come Thursday when this comes out, we'll be probably 2 games into almost all these series. So we'll kind of see.
We got to release these.
We'll see where we're at. Yeah, I mean,
Got to
hopefully.
go to 2 episodes a week.
Y'all start funding us, then we can do that. Then we can do. But those are all the series, and so I mean,
sponsor us.
we kind of said most likely to go to 7. I already said what I thought.
So that means we get for me, a Wolves, and then we didn't talk about the Thunder Nuggets series. Who are predictions for that?
We both said Nuggets. I thought.
Did we?
I said Nuggets.
Okay,
I
also
said Nuggets in
Nuggets.
7.
Yeah, Nuggets
Yeah.
in 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get a Nuggets Timberwolves.
Well, I would have Nuggets Warriors, but yeah, it's probably Nuggets Timberwolves, and then I'm saying Pacers Celtics, which I said last week.
And then you think Celtics take that? Yeah. So you're still on the Celtics versus
Pacers.
Warriors finals.
No, again, because it's the Warriors. I can't.
You're
So
changing?
I'll probably have to pick Nuggets. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got to just like stick with your team.
But the health, I have to give the cop out for myself. I'll say Nuggets.
Oh, bro, that's your only cop out you get. You can't change your finals matchup again.
That's
now.
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's them and Warriors, but then
I still have Lakers Celtics.
What's he talking about? It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Yeah, well, that's good. Okay, now looking at remaining in the second round, I mean, who would you say then? Like, who's the one guy you'd want with the ball, game on the line, out of all the guys left in the second round?
Of all Eastern and Western Conference teams?
Yeah.
Ball in the hand,
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
Really? Over Jokic?
Yeah.
Over
Jokic
SGA?
is a big man.
So?
I would rather Ant bring up the ball and get to his shot. Oh, wait, no, I lied. I'm sorry. Jalen Brunson.
Did y'all hear this? Oh, my. Give him the flag.
No, get that.
Wave this
Get that
flag, bro. Come on.
I'm going to burn that flag.
Go New York. Go New York. Go. I agree with you. I would pick Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I would say
ball.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. He's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clutch.
I agree.
Clutch player of the year.
I agree. He is clutch player of the year. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Go New York. Go.
Go New York.
Go New York. All right, I want to ask you some stuff. So looking at wrapping up the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now we're going to the second round. I want to quiz you a little bit.
Let's go.
Okay. Who do you think are the top 3 scorers, like most points scored so far out of the first round?
Easy. Okay, Jalen Brunson number 1.
Really?
Yeah. They went 6 games.
I mean, that's correct.
Yeah. Brunson, I mean, he's dropping 40 a game.
Yeah, with 189 points.
189.
Brunson's
Okay,
number 1.
can you what number does number 2 have? How much points?
175.
Okay, so that's pretty close. Okay, I got to think of games that went 7. Clippers.
Brunson, remember, that was in 6, not 7.
Yeah. I
And
know,
there was some series
Brunson
that-
was dropping 40, 30 a night.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to go quick here. Luka?
No.
Really? LeBron?
No. You're in the right city.
I'm in the right city? Harden? Kawhi?
Kawhi.
Really?
Kawhi's number 2, 175.
Okay. And then third? Give me a conference.
It's a tie for third, actually.
Give me a conference.
Western.
Western. Let's go with Jokic.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Jokic. And the other one's in the West as well.
Yep.
Julius Randle.
Nope.
Steph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Steph and Jokic tied 168.
Easy.
And then Giannis was right there, 165.
Wow. They went to what, 5?
He went to 5.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's really
If you would have gave him
impressive.
another game, he probably would have got to like 170.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, same question, but with 3-pointers made.
Okay.
First round of the playoffs.
3-pointers made first round of the playoffs?
Yeah.
I mean, Brunson.
Nope.
Okay. Ant.
Nope.
Steph.
Yep, Steph's number 1, 29.
Okay. Jokic?
Nope.
Norman Powell?
Nope.
Peyton Pritchard?
Nope.
With
27, we got Fred VanVleet.
Freddie.
Yep.
Wow.
Number 2.
He did have a couple games where he hit like 8 threes.
And then who do you think was third with 22?
Give me conference.
You're never gonna get it.
Give me conference.
The Bucks.
It wasn't. Wait, who's on the Bucks? Kyle Kuzma?
The one who kept them alive and then lost them the game.
That's who I was trying to think. What's his name? Gary Trent?
Yeah.
Gary Trent. That's the one who dropped the ball for the game winner.
Yeah. That was tragic.
That's
man.
sad.
That one was tragic.
Wow, so I failed that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then just for fun, most field goals made,
All
it is Jalen Brunson. No, it's Kawhi with 66, and then Brunson with 65, awesome. But that's fine. Man, but that's good, bro. Second round playoffs is going to be hype.
Cinema.
Going to be hype. Hey, and as we close up this episode and go into our extra point.
Cinema.
You know, I was actually, I was in prayer this morning, and I think not trying to make everything like all Jesus, Juke, and spiritual and stuff, but I do think there's something to be said as we get farther into the playoffs, you begin to really see what these players and teams are made of, right? Like you start to really, and you don't just get there. Like you can't just like decide to turn it on. There's no magic pill, but what we're seeing is the whole season long of training and practice and character building, right? Like, and the character's a big part of it too. Like you're starting to see how thick of skin and cool tempered and self-controlled these players are. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man, I really do think there's a huge spiritual similarity in this when it comes to us and our faith, to where when it comes to like the trials and life starts to get hard and situations start to really come at us, and we're starting to feel the pressure and the weight, we can't just expect to turn it on and be able to endure stuff or stay strong on our faith or stay consistent. But I thought of the scripture in 1 Timothy where Paul tells Timothy to not consume yourself with wise tales and myths, but to train yourself for righteousness. Yeah. You know, and really this idea of, man, like committing yourself now to the training, to the building, to doing the small things. I mean, how many shots do you think a day these guys are still putting up, right? This deep. Yeah, Cat last year. But this deep in the playoffs, I'm just saying, I mean, they're training themselves. They're giving it to themselves just for these small moments of showing off and showing up. And I think, bro, like it's there for us in the spiritual side of things too. That's amazing. To where like this can't just be about expecting to like one day share your faith when the opportunity rises. How are you going to share your faith when the opportunity rises with a coworker if you're not daily training yourself?
That's good.
Preparing yourself to do these kind of things.
I tell my worship team this all the time. When we show up on Sunday mornings for service, and I'll try to wreck this quick, what we're operating out of on Sunday mornings, when we're on the stage, when we're worshiping, when we're expressing our love to Jesus, that is not something that we just tap into on a Sunday. We can't produce that on a Sunday out of the ordinary. It's the overflow of what we do on a Monday to Saturday basis. It's how we spend our time in the prayer room. It's how we spend our time with Jesus during those days. And then on Sunday, that's the overflow of our relationship.
And that's what it is. And that's what we want for you guys. Train yourself for righteousness.
Come on, baby.
Go Knicks, baby. Bang, bang. We'll see you next week.
Bye.